Getting overwhelmed by the old thoughts. Of course, it's going to happen, right? You're human. You're having a human experience. You're going to have those old thoughts come up, but it's up to you, and you get to decide this, whether you're going to allow those old thoughts to spiral and therefore create your reality based on those, or whether you are going to see them for what they are, which is an old story, an old thought, and you're going to create new ones instead. Because this is the thing, right? The past, those thoughts from the past, those past experiences, right? They're not real in this moment because they don't exist now. I saw a video the other day, and I can't remember who it was, but the guy said on there, have you ever been to a place called the past? Like, can you go there? Can you take me to the past? Have you ever visited the past? And the answer is no. Like, you can't jump in a time machine and go back to the past. So the past stories, they only exist now in your mind because you're fueling them. They're only existing now because you are choosing to focus on them, and what you focus on will continue to grow. Where you put your focus, that's where energy will flow, which is how you're creating your reality. And if you're continuing to focus on those thoughts from this past, then you're going to continue to create that in your reality. So it's not even necessarily about going like, you don't have to pretend that it didn't happen, but what you get to say when you have one of those old story thoughts coming up is you get to like look at it and go, that's not who I am anymore. Instead, I choose this. This is the truth of who I am. This is who I'm deciding to be. This is who I am. And the more you practice that, it's a practice, right? Like you've got to be so diligent with practicing it, because otherwise the old thoughts, because that's what you know, that's what's familiar to you, they will take over. But the more you do practice that, eventually those old stories and those old thoughts, they get quieter and they get quieter. And because you're replacing those old stories with the new thoughts, then those new thoughts, they start to take over. They start to get louder and they start to create your reality. So it really comes down to making the decision, right? Do I want to keep replaying those old stories, those old thoughts, knowing that that's what I'm going to get more of in my 3D reality? Or is it that important to me that I get a different result in my 3D reality, and therefore I change what I'm thinking and I put the work in to actually practice it